Yeah. All students, could you please confirm me? Is my voice is loud and clear? Done. So let's start the session. So in today's class, we are going to discuss the next concept related to conditional statements. The concept name is called as conditional statements. And we are going to start with the conditional statements. And conditional statements are also called as decision-making statements. Conditional statements or decision-making statements. Both are same. And here, as I've told you earlier, this is the Jupyter notebook. Within the Jupyter notebook cell, I have kept in the markdown and I have written the notes. What are the notes is there? The complete notes I have kept in the markdown. Within the markdown, I have added the notes, right? So now, decision-making statements. These are also called as conditional statements or also called as control flow statements in Python. So what we are having here is if else, if else, and nested if. So using these, we are going to have the conditional statements. Now next, to write the Python programs. Okay, till now we have executed one line. Individual lines we have executed. Now we are going to start with the programs, as I've told you. Now here we are going to discuss the concept name is called as block of code. Okay, block. Now what is meant by block? Okay, what is meant by a normal block of code versus line of code? Block of code versus line of code. So what is meant by line means individually. What are the Python programs we are writing the individually? They are called as lines of code. What is meant by block of code means, so here we are having the colon. We'll have some colon and internally in the colon, we are going to have the some lines of code. Either all these lines of code will be executed or it will not executed. Either every line will be executed, neither every line will not be executed. Means these all the lines are dependent on this one. Example, I will take with a small example and you will understand easily. First, for example, I'm going to take the if, and after writing the if, I will write one condition. Okay, here I'm going to write one condition. Now, what is the meaning of this one is, if, what are the if condition you are going to write? Within the if block, you are going to write the condition. If the condition is true, either the condition is true or the condition is false. Only two options will be there. If the condition is true, condition, we call it as condition, or second name of condition is also called as expression. Expression. So condition or expression, if the condition is true, execute the if block. Execute if block. If condition is false, ignore the if block. Ignore if block. Block. Here the word, that word is important. Execute if block. If the condition fail means ignore if block. So now here one condition is there. And below to the condition, we are going to write there some lines of code. Okay, some lines. 1 line, 2 lines or 3 lines or whatever it is. If this condition is true, then execute all of them. If this condition is false, then don't execute. Don't execute means one line don't execute, all the lines don't execute means all the lines. Because all these lines are called as if block. Sir, how it will be, how we can know they are a normal line or a block of code? How we can know means a normal line, a general line will start from the starting. A normal line will start from here, a normal way. Whereas block of code, if block is there, na? So if some condition you are going to write, after that you are going to keep one colon, and here you are going to write the lines of code. What are the lines you are writing inside the if? Inside the if, what are the lines you are having? Na? For all these lines, you will have the indentation. Indentation means tab space. Okay, you are having the indentation. So now what are the indentation you are having? With the indentation, you are going to write the lines of code. So whichever the line is having the indentation, that is dependent on something. So here, as an example, I'm going to write here, if, observe this one, 1 is less than 5, colon, print Python, print SRK. Now first what it is going to do, first it will check the condition. What is the condition? 1 is less than 5. True or false? True. Since the condition is true, execute the if block. What is execute the if block means? Inside the if block, what are the lines are there, it has to be executed. So what are the lines are there inside the if block? Python and SRK. So Python and SRK will be executed. For example, let's take one more. If 1 is greater than 5, print same Python. What are the Python is there? Print Python along with the print SRK. 2 lines. I'm writing like this. Print Python and print SRK. Now, since the condition is false, what are the condition is there? Since the condition is false, now what it is going to do? It is going to ignore the Python and SRK. Both of them will be ignored. Ignore the entire if block. Block is ignored means overall block will be ignored, not 1 line or 2 lines. Sir, for example, inside this 20 lines are there, sir. 20 lines ignore. Execute means 20 lines should be executed. Ignore means all the 20 lines should be ignored. Is the point is clear, everyone? Next, sir, for example, let's take an example like this. Okay, here the print Python and print SRK. These are the 2 lines are there. Na? These 2 lines are the part of the if block. Both the 2 lines are the part of the if block. Now, for example, I'm writing the outside. Outside, I'm writing the print AI outside. Now, it is the part of if block or not the part of if block means it is not the part of if block. Sir, how, sir? Because here there is no indentation. If this is here, it is the part of if block. Since it is not in the part of the if block, it is outside the if block. Now, for this case and this case, if I write print AI in this case, if I write print AI in this case, now what happens? First, it will check the condition. What is the condition here? 1 is less than 5. Condition is true or false means true. Since true, execute the if block. What is if block? Python, SRK. These 2 will be executed. Python will be executed, that is print Python will be completed. Print SRK, SRK also will be printed. Coming to the print AI. What about the print AI means? Print AI will also be executed. Sir, why print AI will be executed means it is not dependent on the condition only first. So here, for example, let us go with this one. 1 is greater than 5. Condition is false. What is condition is false means? Ignore. Now, what about the print AI will be executed or not means? It will be executed. Why it will be executed? The reason behind this is this line is not dependent on this. These 2 lines are dependent on this. But this line is not dependent on that. Point is clear? Whichever the lines are the part of the if block, only those lines are dependent on the condition. Clear, everyone? Understood or not? So here, just observe this one. 1 is less than 3. 1 is less than 3 means condition is true or condition is false. 1 is less than 3. Is the point is clear now, everyone? So here the condition is, here what are the condition is there? The condition is 1 is less than 3. Now what are the condition you are having? Since 1 is less than 3, condition is true. Okay, since the condition is true, it is going to execute the if block. Now tell me, these 3 lines are if block or normal lines? For example, tell me first this one. This is a normal line or if block line? It is a normal line. It is not a if block line. When it will be considered as if block line means when there is a tab space. So whichever the data is like this, now these 3 lines are the part of the if block. So now since the condition of if is satisfied, these 3 lines will be executed. What is the 3 lines answer means? DA, SRK, Python. You are going to get the output like this. Now, for example, condition is false. Now in this example, what happens? Same. 1 is greater than 3. Now condition is false. What happens? If block is ignored. If block is ignored means only one line is ignored. Huh? No. Block means what? Complete. Completely ignored. Completely ignored means what happens? It is going to give the nothing as the output. Executed, but it has ignored. Now coming to the next one. If 1 is less than 3, and I am also adding the print AI. I am writing like this, print AI. Now print AI is dependent on the condition or not. No condition means it will not depend on the condition. It is not the part of the if block only. It is not depend on the condition. Sir, how I can know? How I can know or how Python knows means if the line if the line is having the indentation. This tab space is called as indentation. Is the point is clear, everyone? Yes or no? Now, so here 1 is less than 3. Now what is the condition? True or false means true. It is going to execute the entire if block. What is the entire if block means? DA, SRK, Python. What about the AI? AI also will be executed. Everything will be executed. Now coming to the 1 is greater than 3. 1 is greater than 3 means false. What is meant by false? Ignore the if block. Once ignoring the if block means nothing but this from here to here, it will be ignored. It will not execute them. It will ignore. Since the condition is not satisfying, ignore that one. Now what about the AI? AI will be executed or not miss executed. Is the point is clear, everyone? Now, clearly understand this concept clearly, guys. Leela is asking the question why it is not giving the error. So here it will not give the error. It will say that if, for example, if the condition is true means execute. If the condition is false means ignore. Ignore. If the block tab, for example, you are having here 2 tabs. Instead of 1 tab, you are keeping the 2 tabs or 3 tabs or something. Now in this case, what happens? That is the question. For example, if I'm having like this, it is not having any kind of issue. If you are having the multiple, if all of them should be in the same level. Everything should be in the same level. 2 or 3 or 10 or 20 or that is fine. But the point is every line of the if part should be in the same level. Is the point is clear? So here we are going to keep in terms of one tab space. So tab space, we have to type the tab like this means no need. After keeping the column, if you click the enter button, automatically it will only take the space. Okay. Just you have to click on the enter by keeping the colon. Don't forget to keep the colon. That is the syntax. Yeah. In other programming languages, we are having the open. Here we are going to write some code. Inside that again open, curly bracket close. Again we are going to close this one like this. So here curly bracket concepts will be there in other programming like Java. But in the Python, we are not having the curly bracket concept. We are having the indentation, the gap. Is the points are clear, guys? Understood or not? Yes or no? Everyone? Everyone, could you please confirm? If based on the if it is clear, right? Now, sir, inside the if block, what is the syntax? Syntax means rule. How to write the if? First, you have to take the if. After that, you have to write the condition, some requirement. And once your condition is completed, colon. Inside that, you have to write the at least one line of code. At least one line. Okay, means if this condition is true, then only execute this one. At least one line. Maximum infinite, no restriction. No restriction inside that. Minimum one line of code to maximum infinite. And you have to write the condition. Sir, how we have to write the condition? If I execute separately this one, the output should be either true or false. If I separately execute that one, the output should be true or false. Generally, which will give the true or false means comparison operators, logical operators, identity operators, and membership operators. So generally, we are going to choose these 4 operators in position of condition. So that is the reason first we have to learn the operators immediately, if and else. Okay, last class we have completed the operators now. In that operators, which are the operators will give the output as true or false means conditional, logical, identity, and membership operators. Now come to this example. If 1 is less than 3, A is equal to 25, B is equal to A plus 40, print B. Now tell me first, 1 is less than 3, true or false? True or false? 1 is less than 3, true. True means now what it is going to do? A is equal to 25. It will create an object 25 with A. Next, B is equal to 25 plus 40. That is 65 with B. Now print B. What is print B? Print B means what is inside the B? 65. So what is the output you are going to get? 65 is the output. Understood? Everyone, yes or no? Next, coming to the next example. Here, if first name, input your name. If the name is equal to SRK, then only you have to print the high SRK. Otherwise, see. Now first, which one will be executed? If will be executed or this will be executed first? So obviously first line only will be executed. What is the first line? Enter your name. So here I'm entering the name as caps lock SRK. Now whatever I have entered here caps lock SRK, that is nothing but it is going to create the string SRK, and string SRK will be stored inside the name. Name is equal to string SRK. If here string SRK is equal to string SRK, since the condition was satisfied, now it is going to execute the if block. Inside the if block, what is the code? High SRK, and you are going to get the high SRK. Now, one more time I'm executing. Again, it is asking enter your name. This time I'm entering the small SRK. Now, small SRK is equal to caps lock SRK? No. Since condition is false, what it is going to do? Ignore the if block. Ignore the if block means it will not execute the if block. Nothing. It is not going to execute. Ignore the if block means nothing but literally in the backend that will be deleted. As per the Python, it will be converted. What are the block? Which are the block is not satisfying the condition? That particular block will be converted as a comment. Comment means what? Ignore. No use. Is the points are clear, guys? Understood or not? Yes. Now, for example, if the what the person has entered, he may enter small letters, he may enter caps lock letters, he may enter anything. But what I'm going to do is name dot upper. I'm going to convert to name dot upper, and I'm observing SRK. Now, for example, I have entered the small caps lock or small k. Now, name is equal to this one, name dot upper. Name dot upper means everything will be converted to uppercase, that is string upper SRK. Whether caps lock SRK is equal to caps lock SRK means yes, satisfied. And what is the output you are going to get? So here it is saying that upper. For upper, the method name is not caps lock, small letters. Upper function is small. I'm going to write small r, high SRK. Why high SRK is working means because this string will be converted to uppercase. Everyone is clear, guys? Next, Next one is if and else. Next one is if and else. Second one is if and else. Now, in the earlier example, we are having only the if and condition. Now, how the if and else will work? So here the condition. Here you are going to write the if condition first. If the if condition is true, execute the if block. Which one you have to execute? Execute if block. In the if block, what are the lines of code are there? Inside that one. If the condition is false, then what you have to do? Execute the else code. Else. What are the else code is there? Else. That is plan A and plan B. Execute first plan A. If plan A fails, what is we are going to implement? Plan B. Same way. Right? So first you are going to take the if and else. A comma B comma C comma D. Total 4 are there. 10 comma 20 comma 10 comma 30. Okay. I'm going to write like this. And if A is equal to C, print A equal to C. Is the point is clear? Print A is equal to C. Now A comma B comma C comma D is equal to 10, 20, 10, 30. Now automatically A will be 10, B will be 20, C will be 10 and D will be 30. Now is A is equal to C means true or false? True. Now what is the output it is going to give? A is equal to C. For example, else and keep the colon and print A is not equal to C. Okay. Now, sir, here the question is for if we have written the condition. After the condition, we have given the colon. Why for else we are not giving the condition? Means else means the above one is failed. What is the meaning of else? Above one fails. If above one fails, above whatever is there, it is failed. Okay. Now, if above condition is failed, then it is going to execute the below condition. Now, tell me when I execute this one, sir, for example, A is equal to C. That is 10 is equal to 10. Since condition is true or false means condition is true. Condition is true means which one will be executed? A is equal to C. What about else, sir? Else has to be executed means first above condition has to be failed now. Here, if condition was failed or not failed? It is not failed. Then why else part will be executed? Else will not be executed. Means literally out of these two blocks, only one block will be executed. Either if is executed means else will not be executed, else is executed means if will not be executed. Any one only. Okay. For example, now I am writing here 30. Now A is 10. What is C value? 30. Now 10 is equal to 30. 10 is equal to 30? No. Ignore the if block. Now come to the else part. For else, no need of condition check. Directly it is going to give the A is not equal to C. Is the point is clear, guys? Everyone? Understood or not? Yeah. Just hold for 5 minutes. Guys, just wait for 2 minutes. Yeah. Just wait for 2 minutes, guys. I will be back. Yeah. Yeah, only stress is my voice is loud and clear. Could you please confirm? Okay, done. So here else means above condition fail. The meaning of else means above condition fail. So to be more simplified with you, either if condition works or else will work. Out of these two blocks, any one block only will work. Both the blocks will not work at a time. Okay. Either the above, if the above condition is fail miss, so either this block will be executed or this block will be executed. For example, if block is already executed means else will not be executed. Why? Because above condition is not failed. So now if block failed means automatically else will be executed. And whatever you are writing the lines like this, na, it is not even depend on the if, it is not depend on the else. These are normal lines of code. Only these are called as block. Block means which is having the colon, and inside the colon you are having the tab space. Sir, for example, okay, forget about this one. A normal line. What is that normal line? Means print srk.